It's about to go down. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Shawn, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C Chung, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out. Or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends are back.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap.
Ew. Happy Friday Eve, y'all. It is Thursday, August 15th. It's going down, because we around ripping your town. What up, gangsta? Good morning. Get all the good mornings out the, well, I don't mean out the way, but get them popping. Nicky White Chocolate, Slick Talk, what up? Getting ready for vacation, so I won't be able to be in the chat, but I'm listening. I like the fact you're going on vacation, girl. Go get
Love
it.
it.
Go get that. What up, Afro Queen? Good morning. Jeanette, good morning. I'm here, but I'm making me some breakfast. Don't brag. Don't brag. Don't nobody need to know about the munchies that you got going on, Shawn. I'm going on a 9-day
cruise.
Did you put your vacation slip? You ain't sent me your vacation slip.
Do they got the internet out there?
We ain't signed off on that yet.
On a cruise.
Where the cruise going?
Usually they be going like the Bahamas. Ain't that?
All right, Nikki, clever though. Nikki,
I don't know. Maybe she going to Panama or Stacy.
Nikki out there making it happen. Go ahead, Nikki, get it popping. Nah. There you go. Go get it popping.
That's a long time to be on the boat.
No, that's about right. For 7 days plus the 2 days it stands still. Where you stay overnight, where you don't. I forget how I went. I went on 2 cruises. They were cool. Good morning, Sunshine. Morning, Mike, Jade, Nikki, Jeanette, Queen Born, still in the hospital, but I'm good. Oh, she in the hospital. That's the type of determination. That is the type of loyalty we're talking about.
Facts.
Parker said, I'm in the hospital.
He's recovering and still on the show, supporting. Watching,
Miss Parker, when this whole thing blow up and this whole thing go major, you got a spot here. Y'all all got spots. You got a spot. You got employment. You got employment, girl. When you call us from the hospital, that's what I'm talking about. Because I know if I was in the hospital, you think I'd be doing this show? Fucking no. What?
I did when I got out. Remember, I had my what surgery I did?
Can't get you here when you healthy and in the house. What are you talking about?
What was the surgery I had? Can't
get you here when you in the bed.
What was the? I don't even remember the name of the surgery.
We can't get you here when you say you sleeping.
My rotator cuff surgery, whatever that was.
He like, why was you on? I ain't get enough sleep. Look at that. RG Parker said, I'm in the hospital, son. Talk about sleep. You think she slept well? All that boop.
Yeah, I was up at 4 o'clock. So
boop, boop, boop. People walking in and out, leaving out of Jersey, supposed to go to Bermuda. They changed it because of a hurricane. So I'll have 2 days in Turks and Caicos and 2 parts in Dominican and DR.
Okay.
You might end that drought there, girl.
The drought party might be over on the boat.
That drought might be over.
What happens on the boat stays on the boat.
Stays on the boat. I don't know. Just be careful. I don't know if you're still capable of getting pregnant. I don't know if you hit the menopause yet. I don't know. Be careful out there. Don't be coming over here talking about y'all gonna throw me a baby shower. No, we're not throwing you a baby shower. Over here getting pregnant on a boat.
Like 45. What are you talking about?
What we look like? Ain't none of us prepared for baby showers anymore. That was in our 30s, 20s, and 30s. We was doing. Hey, bring that paper. Make sure everything's shaved up. Making sure you're good, Nikki. You never know. The drought alert be out there. Who else got a good morning? Any other good mornings out there? Because I know they be flooded over there.
No, I think I hit the people that I saw.
Jay be stingy on y'all good mornings. Y'all know I be running through them bitches.
Did I get them on? I think I did get them on.
It says on my side, it says 10 comments. It says 10 more. Have a great time, Nikki.
They just showing Nikki love. Afro Queen was showing Miss Parker some love.
See how Jay be playing y'all? He just they just showing people love. He don't put them on there. He don't put them on.
Sometimes they be talking to each other.
Yeah, but they want that to be seen.
I be letting them have they normal like Coco Cypher. He was all over the place yesterday during the interview. I was like, I ain't putting all
do you see how he judges? I just put all the comments up. All the comments.
And he said in the comment, my own punishment.
Yeah, that's what happens when Jay controls them. He controls the comments. Let these people wake up in the morning time. They deserve their comments to be heard. They deserve all their comments to be heard. All of them.
All of them?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Right.
I put all them bad boys on. They
Mike
wake
said
up in the
no matter what you put up,
no matter what
you putting it up. You could talk about, you could say Trump is racist. He said put it up.
Put it all up. Put
you
Queen
can talk about his baby mom.
Yes.
Put it up.
Put it up. You can talk about all that.
All right. Mike said no matter what reckless conversations y'all want, he's down for it.
I have never not clicked the person's comment ever. Damn, I just clicked on and heard my name. Yeah.
Yeah,
because Jay wouldn't put your comment up.
He was talking crazy stuff. It had nothing to do with the conversation.
Who is not talking crazy? Who doesn't talk crazy on this show? When did we put a restriction on talking crazy?
I was trying to balance it out to make sure it flowed.
No, you were trying to produce it like that radio bullshit. No, you put everything out there.
All right, get reckless, y'all. Say what y'all want. Where Johnny at? Where Australia at? Mike said he wanted all. He wanted all.
All right, how was your night last night?
If I say I'm crabby, I want to see it. Okay.
Exactly. You want to see it. You wake up, you take time out of your schedule to rock out with us, and Jay Black wants to judge your comments.
It just has to
he thinks he's the higher power. He is the universal law that decides what comments get on.
No,
now, when I'm doing it, I put everything on there. Click. I absolutely do. On God, I do.
Delayed. You be super
you out
delayed.
Your mind. I be hitting all these comments. I'll be hitting them all. I have y'all blasting the police locker room. Talk about Trump. I'm kidding. You already know.
Because Trump said something about somebody was crazy yesterday. He said, she crazy. I said, huh?
Trump compared inflation to Tic Tacs. He pulled out a Tic Tac, 2 Tic Tacs packages, a small one and a big one. I swear the video won't load. They don't want us to show the stupidity. He said, this is inflation.
Let me try to Google it.
This is inflation. Here's the Tic Tacs. No, this is the greatest commercial they've ever gotten. That man couldn't stay on policy. Dog, the greatest thing ever would have been to see Donald Trump on the witness stand. That would have been the greatest thing ever, just to see how this man cannot answer a question. It's impossible for him to answer. I don't care how much you break it down into a yes or no. This is when you know you're dealing with liars, and politicians are liars. They will not answer a question yes or no ever.
Are we True liars today?
Yeah. And I'm a retired liar. True liars never will answer a question yes or no ever. And when you try and get them to say yes or no, that's when they'll break you down and say how stupid and simplistic minded you really are. Those are the Kit Kats. He said, I think I got them on. He pulled out the Tic Tacs and used them. And he actually said, yeah, when I saw it, I said, hey, give me those. Let me get these Tic Tacs. I'm going to use them as an example. Like he was a 3rd grade teacher explaining. I mean, but that's kind of what he's explaining to his crowd. That is what he feels his crowd can relate to. See these TikToks? This is a big TikTok. This is a small TikTok. See the TikToks right here? This is inflation. This is what he really said.
This is called biting the TikTok.
This is inflation.
TikTok. Okay. All right.
This is the man. We got business bully coming up. Facts about your definition. Facts on facts. Liars will not answer a yes or no question. They want room to lie. They want room to embellish, or they want room to deny. They don't like, yes, black or white. They don't like it cut and dry. They like to be able to have room to maneuver.
Well, sometimes
on this show every day, he won't answer a yes or no question. And when a liar is wrong, that's when they really won't say yes or no.
Sometimes you need more information before you can answer.
What do you need?
Everything isn't always a black and white yes or no.
There is yes or no. Were you there or not there? Yes or no. Were you right or wrong? Yes or no. Those are liar terms. Context. Those are liar terms.
Good morning, Johnny. Australia is up
thank you, Johnny. It wasn't Australia's fault that breakdancing is not in the next Olympics. There was something that was decided before this Olympics, before Reagan shenanigans popped off. So we want to tell Australia we apologize. Tell them all. Text them now. I know you got a group text of a few million. Text them now. Say Mike Shawn and the Takeover Legends. He's on here apologizing to Australia because it wasn't your fault. Now, it was your fault that you sent her out there, but it wasn't your fault.
You keep blaming him for this breakdance.
Johnny, it was your fault. Now you know how Black and Puerto Ricans feel. When one person does it, you get blamed for everything, Johnny.
Facts.
Welcome to American racism.
Facts.
But we love you. We want you to stay on here. Back to my liar situation. They need more context. They here are terms. I need more context. Well, what exactly do you mean by that? Well, what did they say I was doing there? They want to ask you questions on a yes or no question. They start asking questions. I'm just giving y'all the philosophy about liars. When they are in mid lie, they want more information on where you got the information. That's what they want. Because they're trying to set the parameters of where the lie is. That this is the expert Trump right here. And before I get into why Vice President Harris hasn't laid out her agenda, I'll explain to you why. We got Business Bully coming up at 7:45. How was your night, Jay Black? How'd everything go last night?
Night was good. Night was good. Family's good. Everybody's productive, healthy. Lady Q cooked me some big chicken. That was good. I'm trying to think. Everything was good. Big brother, everything was good. I live a normal life, Mike. I don't live.
We all live normal life. Who else?
I ain't running these streets. I wasn't at the club at the line. I wasn't doing the hookahs last night. I ain't got them stories. I got the family man stuff. You know, hey, we getting ready end of the summer. We trying to figure out last end of the summer trips or day trips or stuff, activities to do with the kids, and that's the stuff that we do.
Doug, your life is boring since you stopped hanging out with me.
Yeah,
your life is fucking boring since you stopped hanging out.
I'm a homebody. I prefer to be a homebody.
It wasn't for me. You wouldn't have met Lady Q. Just thank me, dog. Just thank me. We was running the streets.
We wouldn't have been in the club.
We wouldn't have been in them clubs.
And she wouldn't have been acting like I don't never be in the clubs. Yeah. I don't need like talking about that club thing. But yeah, I wouldn't have met her.
Listen, when he met Lady Q was still on the verge of being in liar mode. She's like, I'll never be in these clubs. Really? So I just happened to catch you on the one.
I still tell her that to this day. She's still standing by it. She's still standing by it. But she didn't run them streets though after that. So I don't know if she did prior.
On the one time, and you gave a phone number out.
And gave me a wrong name.
And gave you a wrong name. So
gave me the right number, but with a wrong name.
Yeah, what sense is that? Give the right name and the wrong number if but you wanted him to call. What games was you? Oh man,
I'm talking how can I speak to Tamika? And she telling me some who?
Tamika, I met you at the club.
Huh?
Ooh, huh?
And then she banged on me.
She hung up on you.
Yes. And then remembered that she lied and remembered the voice and then called back. That's how we met.
Y'all were both stranger danger.
She's like, Tamika, who's like a Tamika? That's
damn.
The name you gave me. Yeah.
Stacey Mitchell said, what's wrong with them streets?
What's wrong with them streets?
Everything's wrong with them streets, Stacey Mitchell. Everything. Even though I'm about to go on a run before the summer's over, I'm gonna let y'all know. That should tell you I wasn't in the club. No, that should tell you already had a club plan, lady. You already had a club strategy. Somebody brand new to the club wouldn't even thought about giving a fake name. They wouldn't even thought about that. They'd have been like,
It'd have been real name with a wrong number, like one digit off or something crazy.
And matter of fact, if you were brand new to the club, you wouldn't even have gave the number. You'd be like, nah, you'd have been like, no, you'd have been shy.
Oh,
my club
Tammy,
name was Tammy.
It was Tammy. I knew it was a T. I knew it was a lie. I knew that.
What made her use the white girl name Tammy? Is that a white girl named Tammy? Is that a white girl name?
Yeah, my dumb behind calling.
There's a lot of black chicks named Tammy.
Tammy. Yo, is this Tammy?
Is this Tammy? Yo, you better than me because I'm a smart ass. Every time I got mad at her, I would call her Tammy during every argument. All right, Tammy.
Because you started off with lies.
You started off with lies. Every time she lied, be like, here go Tammy. Here go Tammy again.
Tammy the liar.
Tammy the liar. Tammy. Back to them Tammy ways.
Oh, God. Oh, goodness gracious.
Was the fizz. Yeah. My night was fine. Everything I had a good day at work. I'm doing this thing. I'm doing a manifesting thing. So I write down, and I thank God for what He's already given me. So I thank God, and I say it in my mind. Thank you God for the great day. For the great day today.
Okay.
Thank you for my ability not to get irritated at work today. Thank you for my kids being guided and being protected by you all day. I assume it's already happened. Now, I'm not going to tell you what's going to do for you. I'm just going to tell you I had a great day. Nothing special.
So you write it down and you say it
as
out
it
loud.
already happened. Like you're thanking. I thank God. Whatever universal thing you want to do, that's on you. But I thank God for everything that has already happened that hasn't happened yet. So I thank God today was going to be a great. Hey, God, thank you for this show being a great show today.
I won't get irritated. You got to thank God that you won't get irritated. Okay.
I know, because people irritate the shit out of me. I had to get with this dude yesterday because he was talking. I could have minded my business, but I couldn't. He was talking to a lady who works with us. We call her Miss Cheney. Miss Cheney is the sweetest, is the most loyal employee you could have. Miss Cheney goes above and beyond, even though I call her the busybody because she's always trying to, you might want to do it like that. All right, busybody, I got this, right? But she's an incredible employee. She's an incredible person, first of all. And I joke about her son, but her son's an incredible young man also, right? So she gave this guy a box. Okay. Pause. But she said, this is the box you're gonna need for that. And she said, can you ring this up, Mike? Because we were busy. I said, yeah, I gotta ring it up. Let's just say that it was $475. That wasn't the price I got last time. So famous last time.
That's it. Okay.
So my thing is, I don't say anything back when I deal with. I just look at them. $475.
That wasn't the price last time.
That wasn't the price last time. I said, well, I didn't say it. I didn't say, well, it's the price this time. I just looked. I was like,
I don't know what you want me to say.
And next thing I said, cash or card.
How you want to pay for it?
Miss Cheney comes back and said, well, I don't, because Miss Cheney being the thoughtful person, listen, man, I'm no tough guy. I truly don't give a fuck. Like, as long as I do my job for you, I will go above and beyond to get you the cheapest price. I will go above and beyond to give you advice that you should put insurance on this. I will go above and beyond to say how you packed it. You may need us to repack this for you because it's going to go through conveyor belts. Human beings, the only time human beings touch these parts, touch these packages, when it goes in a truck, when it goes to the hub. After that, it gets thrown on conveyor belts. If it gets caught on a conveyor belt, they are not going to give you your money back unless you put extra insurance on it. Fine. She comes over, she says, really? They gave you a smaller box, a cheaper box? He said, I don't know. Did they give you a discount? No, they didn't give me a discount. Right? Then he says, I don't trust this place. So here I go. First of all, what makes you think that we are trying to scam you for $4.75? We don't get a percentage off these boxes, people. So I say, you thought you got a cheaper price? I take out the price guide. I said, okay, there is a cheaper price. What did you pay? He said, $375. Cool. Just happened to have a box that was near that price. So it was his price was a little over. So I'm thinking with tax, that's what it came out to. So I get the box. I know the shit ain't gonna fit, but I'm gonna do this in front of him.
Just
I normally don't close the boxes because then you got to untape it, you got to break it down. But I said I'm gonna tape the motherfucker up. I flip it on that scale, I push it, and right here, I said, now I can keep pushing this box, but there's a chance that I'm gonna damage this box if I keep pushing it. You sure you can't pause? You sure you can't get it all the way in? I said, you know what? Here, and I handed him the box. I don't want to mess up the box, right? So he pushed. He said, "Oh, I don't know how they did it, but they did it." I said, maybe the other box wasn't the exact dimensions, right? He goes, "All right, we'll go with the other box." Yeah. Now remember the quote. He said, "I don't trust y'all."
I don't trust y'all.
So I go through my spiel. I do everything. All right, so we're gonna take it like this. Now, if you want it there by this time, it gets pricey. I'm gonna tell you that before I see the shock on your face. Then I said, I'm gonna give you the most affordable rate, and I use that term lightly because it depends on the person. Everybody thinks what affordable is different. Here's the affordable rate that gets there by so and so date. Here's this date. It gets there by so and so. They say, wow, that is pricey. You were right about that, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I understand. Overnights, it's not even going to go in the air where you're sending it to. So overnights, paying $100 or $87, a lot of money. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you guys always treat me right in here. And I looked at this motherfucker and I said, yeah, but a few minutes ago, you said you didn't trust us.
You didn't trust us. You should have charged him for that box that got damaged.
And he was like, what? I didn't mean. And then I had to go on. And I said, I could understand, if you said that to me. I get it. I'm profile. I went into this because now people are laughing. If you laugh at what I said, get ready for 10 more minutes. I just can't help it. I understand the hair. I understand you might think maybe, I'm trying to, but to actually say you don't trust the most trustworthy person and the other customers who are regulars, like, yeah, Miss Cheney. I got the whole place making this guy feel like shit.
You done rallied the troops.
I done made this dude feel so much like shit that after I said cash or card, and it was a nice amount of money. So that automatically means I'm about to press card. He says cash. I said cash. I said, okay, cash. Let's say it was $40. There, he gives me, I got to give him $10.35 worth of change. He says, can I get the $10 in 2 5s, right? I said, oh, this particular motherfucker. The older they get, the more particular they get. And I was like, boom, boom. I get 2 5. He went to the tip jar and put one of the 5s in the tip jar.
You flipped it. Okay.
I said, well, thank you, sir. I said, but we're going to give that to Miss Cheney because she was up front. We're going to give that $5 because I'm not going to stop now. You get it on Miss Cheney.
I want her to have this by herself.
I want her to have this by because shit, if I do damage, I need my tip in my hand. But anyway, that was one of the things that happened to work.
And let's finish with these comments because we got to put them all up. Stacy had put out there, she asked you a question. She said, I go out 2 times a week. Is that too much?
If your relationship is good, now my girl ain't going out 2 days a week, but that's not you're not with me.
Talk your talk, Mike. Tell the truth.
You're not just running the streets 2 days out the week, but you're not with me.
Queenborn said, nope, live your life.
Queenborn single. No, I'm playing.
I think she is.
Thank God for the 2-car stops I got. Oh, listen, you thanking God for stopping 2 people?
Meeting that quota.
Yeah, fucking cops. I'm playing. For the things that you have done and the things you are about to do. Okay, I guess that was she was manifesting. I guess. Do you, Stacy? This is why y'all women always telling somebody to do you who's in a happy marriage. What are we doing? Morning, Lady Tammy.
Yeah.
This guy,
and for your head.
We thank you for Miss Parker's incredible healing.
Yeah.
We thank you for her incredible recovery, and I would love to see her there Saturday. I hope don't do it if you're not feeling up to par, but that's how fast I want you to recover. Stacy, do what makes you happy, girl.
You and your husband happy. She left out and husband because it's a partnership. She left that part out.
Jay came for your neck on that one. Stacy, it works for you. Do you? First of all, y'all with this do you. Stacey, this is what I'm saying. Y'all ovaries be giving people that y'all be talking like y'all in the Bloods of the Crips or something, like y'all in the gang. Do you? If it works for you, do you? Don't let them keep you in that house. Do you? But if it works, Stacy, if that's what works, and it seems to have worked,
works with you and your partner, yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Do y'all?
I don't think my girl would like me going out unless it was a comedy show twice a week. But maybe that twice a week for me might be the bowling team. Never know. Maybe twice a week I may go play basketball at the LA Fitness. Maybe I got a pickleball tournament. Maybe I got to go practice. Johnny from Australia says you may be deceived if you trust too much, but you will live in torment if you don't trust at all. Well, wait a second. What? All right. Wait, Johnny, a.k.a. the fortune cookie. Wait a second. Hold up. Let's read this with the music. Hold up. You may, mate, be deceived, mate, if you trust too much, mate. But you will live in torment if you don't trust at all. You know what, Johnny? Quick story. The quick story, which is a lie. That means I'm lying from the door.
That means
I'm lying from the opening statement. Quick story. My problems in relationships is it takes a lot for me to trust. And when I do trust, then I put the full court press because now I want proof and I want validation for my trust. So after I trust you, it almost gets worse. Just putting it out there. It almost gets worse.
Worse?
The fun time of the relationship is when I don't trust you. Let me explain.
That's the fun time. Okay.
The fun time that you're going to have is when I truly don't give a fuck anything about your phone. I don't give a fuck about what time you got home. I don't care if you're like, yeah, I'm about to roll out to, okay, cool. I'm not even asking no questions. The hard time is when I say I put my trust in you because now I'm overly. Now, I know that's a contradiction because you would say, well, if you're trusting the person, then you shouldn't have any, you shouldn't be sweating the small stuff. No. When I put trust in, I have now put an investment in you that I don't give 99.9% of people on this planet. So then it becomes even harder. So I'm working on that. I'm working because I don't put anything past anybody, which is a bad way to be, but I don't put anything past anybody.
Yeah, facts on facts on facts.
So if you get offended by me asking you a question, just get ready to be more offended.
Yep, because now the onslaught is coming.
Because I don't stop asking questions until I feel secure in the answer. This is why I'm single. I'm not saying this is the way you should be. This is the way I am.
I ain't gonna keep answering these same questions, Mike.
So once again, when is the last time you talked to, or when's the last time, dude had any social media engagement?
Look, I just forget this whole social media. If it's gonna cause, I ain't even playing. I don't even want to. I'm done.
Okay, well, go ahead, delete it. You deleting yours? No, I'm not. You said you were cool with mine. Trust is not.
And you still gonna answer my question.
You still gonna answer this question. When was the last time? Now, here's a question I asked, right? Here's a question. Now, this is what I'm working on myself. Relationship question I will ask you. I will wish you a tremendous birthday. I will send you flowers. I will send you balloons, a card, perhaps take you out if we're in the same state. And at a certain point, maybe not during the celebration, I will ask, what other dudes sent you a happy birthday text? What other dudes said happy birthday on Instagram or Facebook? What other ones? And did any of your exes reach out and send you a happy birthday?
I mean, you got a lot of legitimate questions there. Yeah, I was about to try to play you, but yeah.
And did you respond?
And what did you respond? Well, first
what did you respond?
Did you really have to say thanks? Did you have to say K? Like, did you really have to say, like,
I'm not saying this is healthy. I'm
Stacey
not telling you.
That's crazy, Mike.
Well, then, Stacey, you stop. That works for you.
Ms.
I'm
Clark
asking
said
questions.
That speaks volumes about your trustworthiness when you be asking all them behavior type questions. And that Stacey also said it sounds childish at the age of 53 years old.
And I don't, the same way you don't give a fuck about what we think about you running them streets, is the same way I don't give a fuck about being called childish, because everybody in this bitch is childish. Everybody got some childish things that they still do at 53, at 54, and they're going to do it till they're 76. Yes, Ms. Clark, people like this act like this because of the dirt they have done in a relationship. All the dirt that's been done to them in a relationship.
How about that? I learned this.
Y'all not going to minimize somebody's feelings and somebody. I'm giving you, and I'm being honest with you. This is what I'm asking. Thanks for making my life better with my response. Okay, I guess, yeah. You're welcome, Johnny.
Yeah, I learned this from what is learned behavior from what happened to you. You on to something, Mike? Talk that talk. They don't want to hear the truth.
I asked the questions.
This is real life.
That's just part of me. Now, can I work on how I ask the questions? Perhaps. And can I work on maybe getting the answer and then moving on? Perhaps. But if I feel that answer is, I have my gut feeling. My gut feeling has got an incredibly high shooting percentage. I make my shot on my gut feelings at least 75% of the time.
Ooh.
And I've been proven right years later. And some of them chicks know what I'm talking about. And y'all know that I was like, aha.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you another quick philosophy. I think everything happens for a reason. Even my battle with alcohol happened for a reason. I'm telling you that alcohol was in my life, and God decided is going to decide and make sure when it ends for real. And I'm in an ending point again. But I think alcohol was in my life to get me out of relationships that I would not have gotten out on my own. And God was like, you know what I'm gonna need you to do, son? I'm gonna need you to grab 2 or 3 double shots of vodka. And I'm like, for what? Because I know you're not gonna leave this relationship, but I know what's gonna fuck this relationship up so you can get out of this bitch. This is my philosophy.
Wow, that's kind of deep.
Just my philosophy. That's why I don't even get mad at stuff. I don't even regret things in the past anymore like that. That take Stacey Mitchell, that take too much energy to put it into loving your mate. I am loving the mate. But if you want your mate to be at peace, you got to answer some questions. Your gut feeling led you to buy beer soap. Yes.
Yeah, that was your gut speak. It's going to work in after 3 washes. My beard going to be black.
Now, number Ashley. 1, I said this is what women do. They take content, which that was funny. They take content, they'll do the whole thing. I said it was just $7, so there was nothing to lose. You might as well just try it. You might as well. Now, my $7 headphones that I bought off of TikTok are boom banging, and that's why I'm jogging. Y'all don't want to bring up the $7 headphones.
The same questions, Mike.
I've answered the same question. I ain't got no problem.
Over and over again.
If you're telling the truth, you're like, all right. No, I didn't.
You ain't okay. You keep going. They keep asking the same ones. Who texts you, Mike, for your birthday?
And when I hand the phone over to you, and I go, these are the people who text me. A human will only fear the image they see in the mirror. Oh shit! Go ahead, John. I think Johnny getting this from somebody. He's not writing these. I think somebody in Australia.
AI. He got AI support.
Oh, you got AI? Did you go into AI? And I'm not saying I don't have to work on myself. I think we all should. We all need to work on ourselves. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Happy early birthday, Ashley.
Ashley.
Her birthday is Monday, so she got some time.
Or Ashley Newman?
Yeah, our Ashley. That's what she said. Let me go back. Let me go back. She said, speaking of birthdays, we won't be here, but mine is on Monday.
Oh shit! So we gotta celebrate on Tuesday.
It'll be a belated.
So happy early birthday, Ashley. Happy early birthday.
Is that a Virgo yet, or is she still Leo? Monday. Oh, she's still a Leo.
All right, so we got Business Bully coming out. Hey, I got a few clips. I got a few lies. Let's play some lies detected. Why not? We need some music. Dun, 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 dun. This woman claims it doesn't matter what a woman brings to the table. Men don't care about it. They care about one thing and one thing only. And this is what she said. Lies detected. You know the rules.
So the way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking and cleaning skills. None of that can compare to treating that man right. So you can lose your man to a woman with no job, no education, no cooking or cleaning skills because she's got listening skills. She knows how to speak to him kindly, softly. She initiates the sex. She shows him he is desired, and she uplifts that man on a daily basis without him asking. You understand? Why wouldn't he choose her? Most men. Let
me before y'all get in hold up. Where's the thing to bring this I was about to say bring this bitch back. My bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse at you like that, sweetie. Where'd she go? She left. I wanted to, there's one thing in there. There's one particular thing in there that got me.
So the way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking and cleaning skills. None of that can compare to treating that man right. So you can lose your man to a woman with no job, no education, no cooking or cleaning skills because she's got listening skills. She knows.
All right, we're gonna stop at the no cleaning skills. Let's be clear here. This is where Michael Shawn brings. This is where she's cute, she's right. Lies detected. Y'all get on the comments. If y'all see no lies, y'all hear no lies, say no lies detected. If you hear a lie, then get it. The cleaning part. Okay, you can uplift me. You can initiate the sex. You can do all that. You can make me feel desirable, and I like all that. But I can't be feeling desirable in a nasty house. I can't do it. I don't care how desirable you make me feel. if there's cruddy and a whole bunch of shit just laying around the house. And listen, the J Black said no lies. No, there's a bit no lies, but he better be able to take care of it all. Stacey Mitchell, that's not what she said.
Here she go, and
that's not what she said. I can't do the nasty house.
No cleaning, no good. That's what he said.
No cleaning, no good.
Mike said he stops there.
I'll stop there because I'm not going to feel desirable if there's clutter. I'm not going to feel desirable is every time we get into bed, we got to move a whole lump full of clothes off the bed in order for us to get in bed. That's just me.
Cleaning and laundry is two different things.
No, but cleaning, it's cleaning, but having all the stuff on the bed, that's part of cleaning. I can't have the closet where when I'm looking for my sneakers to match my outfit, I got to move a bunch of stuff to get to my sneakers. I can't do where? And you know, I got a lot of colors. Where my purple Nikes? It's over there. Where?
He wants a woman that cooks and cleans.
Listen, cooking is subjective. I'm good. I'm not somebody who presses people to cook. I just been blessed to be around people who can cook. But I'm not, I don't stress that. Lies. But I get what she's trying to say. So what part you're supposed to expand?
Lies.
That's not expanding. It's not expanding. Here, I'll give you
simple. So the way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking and cleaning skills. None of that can compare to treating that man right. So you can lose your man to a woman with no job, no education, no cooking or cleaning skills because she's got listening skills. She knows how to speak to him kindly, softly. She initiates the sex. She shows him he is desired, and she uplifts that man on a daily basis without him asking. You understand? Why wouldn't he choose her?
She's dope, but she's just a slob. Dishes all in the sink when I go to bed. I agree with being attentive to his needs. Yeah, my needs is why we still got dishes in the sink.
Might go back to the dishes.
And don't get it messed up.
Just clean up after yourself. You're good. You said you get messed up what?
I'll wash dishes. I've been known to tear down a sink full of dishes and then turn on the dishwasher after I rinsed them and cleaned them off and then put them in the dishwasher for the final cycle. You can lose your partner just by being negative. Yeah, I don't like negative people. I'm just saying I agree with most of what she said because you didn't wash them. I did wash them. I don't know. You talking to Jay.
I'm saying if you clean up behind yourself, but we not focus on it. We say no lies detected. Let's stay focused. They trying
there was one lie. There was one lie. I agree with everything the woman was saying.
Now, you'll work together. You'll work around that.
No, she a cutie.
So the way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking and cleaning skills.
I need her to take that phone and show me the rest of that house. That's what I need to do. Show me the rest of the house. Show me what that closet look like. Oh, that's a pet peeve of mine. No dirty dishes in the sink overnight.
See?
Go ahead, Miss Clark.
Miss Clark says she attentive and no dishes, man. I think it might be a match made in heaven with you and Miss Clark. I don't know. I think right there.
I can't be fighting against the streets. I can't be fighting against the streets.
She's be in them streets.
I can't be fighting against the street.
She'll be like, you know what it was when we met. You knew.
Looking out, touch a stranger. Four walls won't hold me tonight. Miss Clark singing. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. I'm going out with Stacey Mitchell. If they say why, we going live. Human nature. Why? I won't be here when you get back because you do it. Yeah, Ashley, show me your house. That's why I like FaceTiming. I just FaceTime. I don't say it, but I like to see them walk around the house. I'm like, yeah, look at them shoes over there. Lady Q, no lies detected because the Mr. eats dry cereal at least 2 nights a week for dinner. Gotta be how I treat him. What? No, I'm not a fanatic on cooking.
The cooking.
My taste buds are from the streets, y'all. My taste buds are from the hood. Sometimes you can make me some scrambled eggs for dinner with some bacon, and I'll be like, good looking. And put it in a paper plate so we don't dirty no dishes. I don't give a damn.
Nice breakfast at night. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, she said she's only in the streets because she's single. She's saying if she had a man to keep her ass in the house, she would be in the house.
Why?
Doing what wife duties do.
Tell me that is Miss Clut nature. Why?
Until Stacy called. So it's a festival.
Stacy calls me.
It's a 9-day cruise. It's a
9-day cruise. They going to Panama.
Hey, girl, you gotta be here.
I want you to come. You know I gotta work. Oh well, you know I have vacation time. Your kids are asleep. But what about your roaches? Yeah, listen, man. I can't be. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's just my pet peeve. Let me tell you. You want me to think you can be a 6.5, and I go to your house multiple times, not just once. I go to your house multiple times, and that house is spotless and in order. Let me tell you the sexiest thing I ever saw a woman do. Let me tell you the sexiest thing I ever saw a woman do.
Let me hear this.
Let me tell you. I used to go over this chick's house all the time, just hanging out. Nothing going on, just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And I would notice, I said, damn, this house is clean for real, to the point where you ever go in somebody's house that's so clean, you offer to take your shoes off. You're like, you need me to take my shoes off?
I don't want messing nothing up.
I don't want messing nothing up. You know, I've been walking around. Me and my Skechers been all around the city, up and down streets. We've been at the mall. Nah, you come on in, come on. Oh, they be like, take them off. I'm like, cool. One day she had a football party. And you know, football, that's when I was in the fantasy league. I was in fantasy leagues. I was in multiple fantasy leagues. So when you get to a football party, and everybody was intense on their football fantasy leagues. Everybody that was at the football. I got there early because I wanted to get my seat, and I wanted to have my laptop where I had it, and I wanted to be where I wanted to be.
Okay.
So I got there like 30 minutes early. I'll tell you what some sexy shit is. When I got in there, she was mopping the hardwood floor. Motherfucker, I think I want to marry you. She was
Mike's heart is cleaning. The sound like
that cleanliness. What? Now the shit didn't work out, but still, like,
because she wasn't uplifting you like the young lady was saying.
It
she wasn't building you up.
She,
initiating the SEX.
She got a lot of happy birthdays on her birthday, and she got a lot of Facebook messages and shit like that. But still, that, my friend, was something that I thought was that was sexual to me. So, a matter of fact, when we bring Business Bully, we're about to. I'm going to let him look at our lies detected. Bring Business Bully, ladies and gentlemen. A friend of the show. Some people call him infamous. I call him a friend to the show. Y'all give it up for the Business Bully, y'all. Bring the Business Bully.
Good morning.
What up, homie?
Man, everything's beautiful. How's everything?
It's good. We gonna get to what everybody knows you for. But before we get to that, we won't have a little fun. We got this game called Lies Detected. Right?
Okay.
Where we play a clip from somebody. Could be ranting, somebody could just be stating something, or it could just be a clip of a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, if there are no lies detected, you say no lies detected, which means you're in 100% agreement. But if you detect lies, you then have to expand on why you detect the lies. Mm-hmm. So this is one of ours. This is one of our lies detected right here. This young lady said that men are very simple. They're very simple people to please. And this is where she went with it, right?
The way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking or cleaning skills. None of that can compare to treating that man right. So you can lose your man to a woman with no job, no education, no cooking or cleaning skills, because she's got listening skills. She knows how to speak to him kindly, softly. She initiates the SEX. She shows him he is desired, and she uplifts that man on a daily basis without him asking. You understand? Why wouldn't he choose her?
All right, so there it is, there, Dave. I'm gonna let me get you some dramatic. There you go. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I couldn't find the lie. I was looking. You know me. I'm a facts guy. I want the facts. I don't care about the feelings. And factually, she is the Babe Ruth of facts. She's a fax machine.
Spitting bars.
She's loaded up. She giving people that work.
That's what Jay Black said. And I agree with her in most of what she says, except the cleaning aspect. That's why I got into the story. I'm a fickler for cleaning. I can't, even if you make me feel desirable, if there's dirty panties laying around, I'm not gonna feel desirable. If there's dishes in the sink, I'm gonna feel desire. I'm still gonna hit. But in the back of my mind, I'm gonna think of the bowls that are inside the sink. Like at some point, I'm like that. Like, and I'm working
checking all the other boxes. You'll be all right. You'll figure it out. She checked too many other boxes.
You and I are in a certain level of financial position where it's not like you can't hire Molly maids. Like
that bothers me. See, that bothers me. That bothers me, Dave. That bothers me. That bothers me that I gotta cut another check to do something that I know you're capable of doing. Like, I know you're capable of doing this, and I gotta cut another. I'm already cutting the check for your car. Like, I know you can't get everywhere on foot or Uber because that would be more expensive. I'm already paying that. I'm paying the insurance. Now you want me to pay somebody to wash the damn dishes that are downstairs in that sink and to get the crevices in the baseboards? Like, I gotta pay somebody to get the base. I paid for the house. Like, I gave you the house. You can't.
So we're talking about a wife. We're not talking about somebody you dating.
Yeah, we're talking about a wife and a serious significant other. A serious significant other, like months into it. Like the smash out, that's good. Yeah, I'll still come over. But you know, I'm like, when you come over, I don't want to worry about you bringing stuff with you from the house. And I don't mean like clothes. I mean, rodents and shit.
Bed bugs are a deal breaker. Like,
bed bugs.
Listen, my wife cleans. I ain't gonna lie to you. My wife be cleaning so much, I feel like she over cleaning because I'll walk in the house and I'll be like, yo, you know how like you get certain like packets from like Chick-fil-A because you want to dip your grilled nuggets later on and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
There was a little thing on the door in the pantry, so I put them all in there, right? So they didn't get messed up in the drawer, make the drawer all nasty, right? So I had me some chicken fingers. I said, hey, let me go get my boom boom sauce. I go look for the boom boom sauce. It was gone. I go, bang, what happened to the boom boom sauce? Oh, well, like, first of all, that's not the place that they go, right? I'm like,
I love it.
Overcleaned the nugget sauce. I was mad for like 30 seconds because my mouth was set, but then I'm like, damn, she's so clean. Like, bro, I come in the house, you're like, yo, what did it smell like? I'd be like, flowers, bleach.
Amazing. I love that smell. I love when you feel like you have been protected from every germ in the world. You're like, there are no germs, even though you know there's some germs in it, but then you feel invincible. You feel like you could just lay on the floor and watch TV because my boo made my whole house smell like flowers. It smells incredible.
COVID can't survive in this house, Mike.
No, none. The furniture is 6 feet apart. Everything is good. Everything. I love it. And Lady Q said, do you think you have some OCD? Perhaps. Maybe. I don't like my clothes touching each other in the closet. Maybe.
My clothes touching each other.
Clothes can't touch. That's a plausible offense for you.
Like the hanger clothes. Not the clothes that you fold and you like the hanger clothes. There
has to be a certain level of you segregate
like
the clothes, right?
Yeah, like an inch away, like just a half an inch. Just that's why I was so depressed. Like it depresses me. Clutter depresses me. Like if you ever want to know if I'm in a good space, not that fellas, you're never gonna be allowed to do this, but if you ever want to know if I'm women, if you're in a relationship, if you want to know if I'm in a good headspace, go check my closet. If my closet is literally color coordinated, and you see that I can just say, I want something blue, and you can use a blue section, then you know that I'm in a good space and that me and you are going to have a good day today. Yes, that's me. All right, Dave. Let's get to it, Business Bully. Let's get to it. I was going to say your man, but you clarified that Trump's not your man. Stacey Mitchell said, yep, when the cleaning lady comes once a month, I'm doing no more. Too many years of doing it. That's
because we're of a certain age, Mike. Like, let's be real. We're 50. Okay. Yeah. Like, bro, your knees don't work like they used to. Your back don't work like they used to. Getting up off the couch requires a strategy.
But cleaning is therapy to me. I like cleaning. I like it. This is why I don't start projects, because if I started, opposite to popular belief, if I start something, I have to finish. That's why I don't start shit.
Right.
But all right. So Donald Trump yesterday, and let me explain to you. I realize all of this. Every network is full with propaganda.
Sure.
That's all they do. They run the same talking points to the point where I know how the host on each show is going to start their show before they even start. But yesterday, Donald Trump, literally, and I couldn't upload the footage. Let me get his quote. He said, they want me to do a speech on policies. They want me to keep it intellectual, and you guys are intellectuals. Today, he looked at the crowd and said, you are intellectuals. He said, they want me to talk about the economy. They say that's the biggest deal. And he said, I don't know if I agree. Then he did, I don't know if you saw this. He said, I brought these Tic Tacs. And he used the Tic Tacs. And he said, this is inflation. He said, and he put a big thing of Tic Tacs and a small thing of Tic Tacs.
Wait.
Where did they even make them?
My dude. And I wanted to get you on because you had made a very good point. You said your problem with Vice President Harris is that her agenda hasn't been put out on what she's going to do. Like it hasn't been put out, laid out, comparable to Project 2025. Lay it out. Well, lay it out as where somebody can go and read it and say, this is what it is. My point to that is, why would you put out an agenda and give them any reason to be able to pick it apart when you can just let Donald Trump drown himself?
That's not how this works, Mike.
But before you say it, this is how it works now, in my opinion. This is not about policy. These candidates are not running on policy. They're running on the perception of policy. Donald Trump will never lay out exactly what he's going to do. And when he does, he veers off into, I'm just going to deport 10 million people. He never breaks down how he can deport 10 million people because he can't deport 10 million people because Texas can't exist if he deports that many people in Texas. The economy gets billions of dollars off of Mexicans working in Texas. So my point is, if I say one comment, let's say I give y'all an agenda. If I say, in my life, this is how I want to work. I want to love all people. I want to be fair to all people. If I put that out there and I give you guys 2 weeks to break that down, you're going to take 2 weeks and break all this down. And you're going to say, see how he lied? He doesn't love all people because of this, this, and that. Do you see? He doesn't want everything to be fair because of this, this, and that. But if I just allow Trump to bring up Tic Tacs during rallies, it just allows him to look crazy. It's exactly what Trump did to Biden during the debate. Just let him talk.
Sure. Here's the thing, right? I realize that the American electorate primarily is ignorant, and I don't mean that from an elitist standpoint, and I don't mean that from an intelligentsia standpoint. I mean the American electorate has very little idea as to how government actually works. We have convinced ourselves that government rules us as opposed to we putting them in power. Nobody on this dais has ever walked into a place and they say, you know what, just because you look like this, you're hired. That's not happened. You've had to fill out an application. You've had to turn in a resume. You've probably gone through 2, 3, 4 rounds of interviews. If you're asking to be the commander in chief and arguably the quote unquote leader of the free world, I got to get one of those Stanley Cups. You ought to be able to say what it is that you're going to do. Now, a couple of quick things if we're going to have this conversation. We know Trump is absolutely nuttier than hooker spit. We know that. That's neither here nor there.
Hooker spit. Well, yeah.
No, it's not even up for discussion. Some of the stuff he says is wackadooing out there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's fine. Project 2025 is not his agenda. His agenda is called Agenda 47. Right? Those
it's
are
his agenda. It's his agenda.
Again, show me where you can prove that. See, it's not how you feel, it's what you can actually prove.
I can prove that his cabinet members that he denied knowing about it, but in a speech that I have video of,
people who have not worked with him since 2019, you got to state all the facts. You can't just say the facts that fit your argument. The same way I can concede that Trump, because I'm not a Trump supporter in the first place, but I can concede that he's absolutely nuts. He's unhinged, all of those things. I have never, in my 3 decades in media and my almost 5 decades of living, walked into a place and automatically just got a job because here I am. That's not how this works. And if you want to hire somebody, you should be hiring them based on what they are going to do for you and what their record is. That's how that works. There's a reason that there's certain chicks you will never ever go back to because of what they did to you and how they operate. That's called standards. That is plain and simple. That is it. That is the only argument, because when you take away all of the pomp and circumstance, when you take away all of the media bias, the only thing you have to do is say, do these particular issues line up with what is concerning to me as a citizen, as a father, as a husband, as a wife, whatever you are? And if the answer is yes, you vote for that person. If the answer is no, you vote for the other person. It's that simple. But when you don't put anything up and everything you do is so scripted that you're saying the same speech word for word, bar for bar, every single time you're out, that is telling.
Well, I do have the video where Trump actually acknowledged the Heritage Foundation and acknowledged Project 2025, and I'm looking for it, and I did play it.
Take your time.
Well, he actually complimented them and
Because
said
he was at the Heritage Foundation speaking.
But then he turns around afterwards and said he knew nothing about it after the speech. And he actually complimented on the agenda, which is what he used. He used the word agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And he complimented them on what was going to be implemented
Sure.
when he became the president. So
you mean to tell me that a politician flip-flopped? That's what we're talking about?
But this is why I'm telling you this is what when you make that statement, this is why I'm telling you nobody cares about the policies. He agreed with the policies.
And that's why, here's the thing. And part of this, and when I say this, I want you to know that I've always loved you. I've loved you since I was 19 years old. You are my brother. You can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. But what I'm saying to you is it's willfully ignorant to say we don't care about policies, because that has not helped Black people. It has not helped the Puerto Rican people. When it comes to getting tangible benefit, hold on, wait. This is important.
I'm vaping.
When it comes to getting tangible benefits from the federal government, when 80% of the money that the federal government operates comes from the American electorate, and we don't get tangibles and everybody else does because we voted for the same way for 60 plus years and have gotten nothing to show for it. That's what happens when we say we don't care about policies. That's why Steve Harvey, who can barely weed his way out of a wet paper bag, can sit up here and say, I'm not going to ask her no hardball questions. That's why Ricky Smiley can talk about, I was crying because Ketanji Brown Jackson can vote her in, can swear her in, when it's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court that does the swearing in. We don't know what we're talking about, and we get fucked for a lack of knowledge. Even the Bible says that our people perish for a lack of knowledge.
And
we have to care about policy.
But you didn't listen to my comment. It wasn't that I don't care about policies. The comment is this election is not being run on policies. They're being run on the perception that they do. That's why the talking points are always the same issues. They don't want to deal with policies because, number one, you can't deal with policies when you talk to Trump because he's not going to stick to it. So what they've had to do is run a campaign the same way, in the same frame as what Trump does. So what they've done now is just say, let him talk. Because putting something out there will give him, if you give him one nugget, he'll just run with that for the rest of the election. He won't expand on it. He won't say what he's going to do to change it. He'll just use it against you.
Generic. So
this is why you stay generic with him and allow him to freestyle, so that then you can just pick apart his freestyles. And what you're saying is right. This should all be based on policy. The problem is, once this man became part of the foundation of an election, you realize that the danger is that he jumps off of policies and he gets people with propaganda and name calling. So what you do is you say, okay, let's just refocus on, we know he's not going to stick to a policy. So why should we bring something up that he'll take one part, his campaign people will take one part, and he'll just run with that. The borders are. He'll just run with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with that, Mike. 75% of presidential candidates who are running have a policy posted. The problem is you're dealing with an individual who has held back information that has been detrimental to people, up to and including people on death row. That is a problem, Mike. If Cornel West, who has a snowball chance at hell in winning, put up a policy, if Robert P. Jr., who can barely get through a sentence without a whole lot of chloroseptic in the halls, has put up a policy. If Donald Trump's kooky ass, regardless of what he says in speeches, has put up a policy, why is it that the sitting vice president of the United States has not? And because you're telling me it's strategy, it's not a legitimate reason. It's not a legitimate reason because she's actually, hear me out, she's actually the sitting vice president. So here's what that means. That means that she either is flip-flopping because she was saying that Bidenomics is working and absolutely everything is great and we're turning the economy around and all these things are great. Either she's distancing herself from that because she could just say, look at my record, look what we've done. I'm just going to continue everything that Biden is doing. Plus, I'm going to add this, this, and that. She has not said that.
She has said that. You can't say she hasn't said that when I've watched her say it. I've watched her talk about inflation. I've watched her talk about big pharma. I've watched her repeat Biden's agenda. Like,
because it's not on her site.
I've seen her say it out her mouth. At her rallies, I've seen her say it out her mouth.
Okay, so now rallies the policy.
Wait a second. Either you just said she hasn't said it. Then I said she did say it. Then
what I'm saying when I say said it, hold on, let me be clear. When I say said it, I'm still speaking of an actual agenda. These are the things I stand for. You can't hold anybody to rallies because if that's the standard, then Bill Clinton should have been run out of office, not for getting his wang knobbed in the Oval Office. He should have been run out of office for saying he was going to provide individual universal health care. And he didn't.
Like for every candidate, but once again, you can't say
still there were policies, bro. I'm not talking about speeches. I'm talking about policies.
And when they get to the Democratic convention,
right,
the policy
because it's only 83 days from the actual election.
That's what happens. That's what happens when once again this is what happens in these political situations. The Republicans made a mistake out of continuously saying Biden wasn't able to be the president.
Sure.
When they should have said, he's fine. Let him keep running. They should have said, hey, if that's the guy you want as your candidate, let it rock. Especially after the debate. They should have just fell back and said, okay, that's the guy you're running with. But what they did was they hammered it and they gave the Democrats an exit strategy. And the exit strategy backfailed on them. This is not, and this goes back to my point. This is not about policy. It's about, and it should be, and I agree with you. It's about nothing but strategy. It's nothing but allow him to continue. So when they put our policy up during the convention, he will then have a shorter time to dissect it. His campaign people will have a shorter time to dissect, and by that time, the propaganda's already been spread. Greatest person. We're not going back. We're not going back.
We're not going back.
And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying the reality of the reality is Donald Trump has made it. This is how you win a campaign. This is it. He wins it on building a wall that he never built. He wins it on saying the numbers. Obama's numbers for deporting people were incredible. How many people? He was DJ Deporter.
Yeah, he was the deporter in chief. He also built the cages that y'all blame Trump for.
Once again, propaganda.
Again, facts that y'all like to leave out when it comes time to be honest.
But my point to you is I agree with you. My point is that is not the campaign that is going to be run, whether we like it or not.
It's not a matter of like, it's a matter of the American people have a right to know what you're going to do, because that's just like saying, hey, Mike, give me money. Just give me money. Well, Dave, what are you going to do with the money? I know what you do. I know you're an entrepreneur. I know you're a business coach, but what are you going to do? What's the plan? Oh, don't worry about the plan. You know me, I'm Dave. You would never do that. And you're lying if you said that you would.
Wait, say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
If I say to you, Mike, give me money. You say, hey, I'm trying to grow my brand and stuff. Okay, Mike, give me money. Well, Dave, what are we going to do? Oh, don't worry about it. I'm Dave. Why the hell am I going to do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
That's what nonprofits are doing all over the country. That's what
No,
churches.
no.
That's what churches are doing every Sunday.
Name a nonprofit that does not actually have an agenda for what they do. Not the United Way, not the United Negro College Fund, not any 501c3. They have to in order to stay tax compliant. What are you talking about?
But they tell you to give money, and they say we're going to use it for this, and then you find out, well, you're also using it for paying VP $700,000 a year. You're also using it.
Sure.
You're also using. They're not. So
and all of that, but all of that is automatically disclosed in the records, Mike. That's not an uncommon thing. What is an uncommon thing is to say blanketly, "Give me money," and not say anything about it. It's almost as if I were to go to, I don't know, KamalaHarris.com, and the first thing you see is a pop-up, and then you realize that the money that is being raised, most of it isn't even going to her. It's going to ActBlue. ActBlue is raising the money. Then they're distributing it through the states. And then after that, after you get to about 6,000 per, after that, every other dime over that goes to the DNC. So
and you just
do this all day.
And you just broke down a nonprofit that's been doing it forever.
Nonprofits still
because
have to
Kamala Harris is
wait, bro. How many
Kamala
nonprofits
Harris
have you
is
run, Mike?
wait.
How many nonprofits have you run?
Kamala Harris is telling you it's going to her. I've been a part.
A number. It's a number, Mike. How many nonprofits have you, Michael Shawn,
I've
run?
been a beneficiary of
no. So the answer is zero.
It doesn't matter who ran.
It does, because if you run a nonprofit, you would understand how they work, Mike. What you're making is a strong argument you do not understand.
How many nonprofits have gone under because of lawsuits when they found out they were frauding? They were defrauding. Because I'll bring them up.
Several.
Okay,
so Rodney Perry.
What up, Rodney?
Where does Trump's money go to, Dave? Don't hear say go to him.
He does it.
Oh, it's the absolute same thing. But here's my. Yeah,
why do you rep so hard then? Like, why do you don't highlight the positive?
Here's the problem.
Where's the positive? Like, if you was advocating for Kamala, like, how would you speak to that? How would you build her up? Like, what would you be saying to build her base up?
The first thing I would say is, because you'd have to, like, when I do spin or any type of crisis management, you got to look at the things that people aren't looking at. So if I'm working on behalf of Kamala Harris, here's the only argument I need to make. Kamala Harris was thrust into a situation where she was one of 4 possible Black women to be chosen, and she happened to be the most qualified because of her record being tough on crime. That's point number 1. Point number 2, the DNC has an agenda, right? That agenda is bigger than the office of the vice president. So maybe her hands were tied. So the first thing I would say is, these are the things that did not work. I would absolutely say these are the things that did not work during the Biden-Harris administration that she could not make moves on. Yeah, she was not the border czar, but she was tasked specifically with trying to solve problems at the border. And she did that going to Venezuela and telling people do not come. I would also say that
they did explain that.
Huh? You know, I'm not. He was asking me what I would do.
But I'm saying they did explain that. They did do that. They did do multiple things that you're saying to do. But go ahead, continue, because I'm interested in this.
Yeah. So then I would also talk about the fact that she is in a unique position that no other presidential candidate has been in at the top of a major ticket, meaning that she has a direct connection to what body autonomy looks like, and make the case for why it should be federally regulated, and to try to get Roe versus Wade reinstated as the law of the land, regardless of what people feel about states' rights, things of that nature. I would also make the case for Governor Walz, and saying that Governor Walz has very strong ties for reproductive rights. I would also say that from every mistake she's ever made, she has learned and she has grown from. But what tends to happen a lot of times, they just try to bury things under the rug, and it makes an issue. Like if you just take Pennsylvania, for example, the illegal immigrant crisis has caused Pennsylvanians up to $1.64 billion itself. And that's just in the state of Pennsylvania. Instead of running from those situations, we have to embrace them, because now all I got to say is the shackles are off, right? We appreciate President Biden for his 53 years of service, but now we're moving into a different direction. Even the president said that we have to, give way for a new generation. And I'm 20 years younger than the man who's running, who had the job and couldn't finish the job. That's how I would spin that. But she's not doing that. She's saying what can be, unburdened by what has been. That's the problem. If you talk to the American people straight and say, hey, this is ugly, this is bad, we need to do a better job, we need to stand by you. I know it sucks having $8 eggs and $6 gas at the pump. I know you have more month at the end of the money. That is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take responsibility and say, these are the problems. Here's how I'm going to fix it. That's why she hasn't sat down with any media outlet. That's why she hasn't done. They want to hide the problems because they know the American electorate will not demand anything.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
They want and this whole sitting down with the media thing.
Yes.
There's never been a president candidate in history that's had this small a period of time to run through the country.
And whose fault is that?
Wait, no, it's the Republicans' fault because they pushed it.
No, it's not.
No, it's the Republicans' fault because they pushed for this. They wanted to say they wanted, in hindsight, they're the ones who put the spotlight on him not being capable.
He should drop out.
He should drop out. And they facilitated it and they agreed and said, you're right. We're going to do something unprecedented ever. We're going to bring somebody to replace the president that's never been done before and get 100 days to win an election. So when you say, oh, they just switch, they switch because you made it a problem.
No,
they gave the Republicans what they wanted. They said, this man cannot pass a test. He is not capable of actually running this country for another 4 years. And the Democrats said, okay, well, you're right. We'll put her in.
Can I just bring some facts into this?
That's a fact.
Oh, well, no, that's an opinion, and I'll prove it. Here's the facts, right? There were approximately 90 to 120 million dollars in donations that said we're not going to give you this money if Joe Biden's at the top of the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with the Republican Party. We're talking strictly Democrats. That is a fact. And the second, they removed Biden from the top of the ticket because if they did not put Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, they would automatically forfeit all the money they had raised before. Not even talking about the money that was going to come in afterwards. That has absolutely nothing to do with the Republican Party. Hold on. The other part of that is the Democratic National Committee, the White House, and everybody from the press secretary to the vice president to the secretary of state to Nancy Pelosi all knew that Biden was having cognitive issues. They knew going as far back as 2020 that Biden was having cognitive issues because that's why they kept him in the basement. So at the end of the day, that has nothing to do with Republican rhetoric. And even if you took the Republicans off the table, the mainstream media, who everybody loves to talk about, was all saying the same thing. Something's off. And they couldn't hide it anymore because he got up on that debate stage and went,
since we're speaking,
I beat Medicare.
Since we're speaking on facts, when is this new to the presidency? This has happened before. Ronald Reagan.
You just said.
Wait. Let me just. I'm gonna cover both things. I'm gonna cover both things. Number one, the spotlight that the Republicans put on it is what forced the Democrats to say, see, they know. So we have to make the change. They know. If the Republicans had never put a spotlight on that and never mentioned it once, Joe Biden would have then said, nobody's complaining about it. What are you talking about? The polls are saying we're neck and neck. What are you talking about? That's why they were like, listen, the world knows now. The media knows now. Number two, this is not the first time this has happened. Ronald Reagan slept his way through his second term as president.
Oh,
Ronald Reagan fell asleep in front of leaders during meetings.
Facts.
We knew Ronald Reagan was suffering from Alzheimer's. They knew this. And those were the Republicans. So don't act shocked and appalled.
I'm not shocked or appalled.
This is something that happens. That has happened before. So what I'm saying is the Republicans forced the issue.
No, that's not how that works, Mike. I just broke down that this was a money thing, and then two, on top of that,
the money thing only occurred because
It only occurred because the American electorate saw a man who could barely make it to the podium. That had nothing to do with Republicans. He did it to himself.
But I'm agreeing he did it to himself. But my point is the Republicans would have been better off if they never said a word, because they would have been nothing that they could have forced Joe Biden to move out the way.
Even the press corps had questions after that.
And they wouldn't have brought it up. They were manipulated by
No. You can't, Mike. You can't move the goalpost, bro.
No,
what I'm saying to you is,
the media is the easiest thing to manipulate. The media is the media. It was before the debate they were asking these questions. That's why the debate was.
He was tripping and stumbling. He came to a complete stop on a bike and fell over.
Exactly. Bro. That was before the debate.
Cognitive decline. But I already gave that point. I gave that point 3 minutes ago.
And my point is the reason why
I said that since 2020, they knew that this man had cognitive decline. Everybody did.
And once
that sounds like a conspiracy.
So
that was perpetuated and continued by the Democrats.
So once again, you allow. If you're smart, you allow, as Republicans, him to be the candidate. This is why you don't bring a policy against Trump. You just allow him to keep talking. I'm not saying what you're saying. Policy is crucial. The problem is that is not the election we're in. The rhetoric just continues. They talk about the border. They talk about inflation. They don't, and then they mention minimum wage. Now you don't want to say, if she says it during a speech, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. She's brought up Big Pharma and how they've robbed and destroyed this country. She's brought up the fact that they're trying to disassemble the VA. They want the VA to be privatized. That's a fact.
Yes.
So do you know how bad?
You see how many veterans right now are homeless? Do you know how much of our population is made up of homeless veterans?
And do you know how bad?
You know how many veterans are suffering right now?
Yes, my father's one of them. And what I'm saying is, if you privatize it, what's going to happen is going to make it worse.
How? How can it get any worse?
I'll explain to you how. Because now privatizing it means it's for profit for real, which means now they have the rule of thumb to make this, that veterans, we are now using you for profit because this company has to make money. That's what they're going to do to make it worse. So now the prices will go up.
Like, listen, bro, you are a much better comedian than I will ever be.
I'm just telling you. If you
I'm a business guy, bro.
Okay, I understand. First of all, no, your resume means nothing to me.
No, I understand.
So let's be clear with that. The resume means nothing. The point of privatizing something is now when you privatize it, that company has to make money off the veterans.
You're missing the point.
Because you're the
something out. I'm trying to forget my resume. I'm talking experience, right? When you privatize something, you create competition. So at that point, they said, no, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Right? Give me enough rope to hang myself. I won't, but
you will. So take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
No need.
Take a deep breath.
When you privatize something, you create competition the same way that government contracts are up for bids all the time, and they go between the lowest bidder and the best possible quality. So at the end of the day, there are millions of veterans who are not receiving care when they save the world time and time and time again. My father, my stepfather, my cousins, my uncles, like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. What's happening right now is you can't name me 3 things that's good about the VA right now.
Oh, well, I can't name them, but I can, because the specialist that's looking after my dad right now is amazing. So I can't name them. And I can also privatizing. This is what they told us when Ma Bell got disabled. When they said the telephone company, no, this shouldn't be a monopoly.
Right.
We should let it be privatized.
Right. Because monopolies are legal.
And then when the privatizing happened, the secret fees started being put in, and now people are paying $400 to $500 for a family of cell phones. So what happened in privatizing is we didn't get the good end of the stick.
That's not privatizing. That's deregulation.
We deregulated, and then we privatized it that companies could then have the competition, because, like you said, there's going to be competition on better production or worse production. Sure. The only problem is the people with the most money will be able to conjure up a way to get you to be like, hey, you're going to go with us because of this, and that, and you will get scammed Because
Sure.
anything in the medical field, you will wind up getting scammed when you privatize it. That's just the way of the world. And I ain't run no business.
Right, but here's the thing. Right now, the entire medical profession, the entire medical industry in this country is so ridiculously costly. Like, for example, if you go to Spain, you know how much an inhaler costs in Spain?
Absolutely.
$1.25. It costs $1.25.
Yes.
Point blank and period. What happens is there's no oversight. And that is the issue. What I'm telling you right now is what is happening is not working by and large for the majority of our veterans. The Veterans Administration is like the U.S. Department of Education. They both have gotten so fat that nothing is happening for the people they're supposed to be impacting. Point blank and period.
And this is why the co-payments, and this is why going after Big Pharma, which has been said repeatedly, is a major issue for all of us, because a person with kids that have asthma, such as me, can go to a CVS and wind up spending $400 in co-pays. Correct. And this is why when you say she hasn't said anything, she has said that. But I realize that you say if she says it in a speech or in a rally,
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Then when it comes out, back to my point, why would you give them any ammunition when this man is drowning himself?
Because it's not about ammunition. It's about transparency to the American people.
Who's
when you're going
to Dave? Who's transparent? What politician is transparent, Dave?
Listen, I would rather have an agenda. No. When I say that, no. Stop. I'm talking strictly about an agenda. That's all I'm talking about.
What
agenda? We know politicians, every last one of them, up into including your beloved Kamala, are actual liars. That's how they get the job.
Well, this is
why, period. They're also both sides of the aisle are on the take of the pharmaceutical companies they're supposed to be taking on.
So you've gone back to my point that this campaign is not going to be run on policies. It's going to be run on propaganda, and it's going to be run on the policies that they make us believe that are important to us.
But I would rather be able to hold you accountable to the policies you put out as opposed to just your rhetoric. And right now, there's only one candidate running just on rhetoric because there's no policy.
But what I'm saying is
not feelings, not conjecture, not speeches. Policy.
So
that's how it works.
So when we sit down in the meeting and you're running for president and we go, oh, we can hit these policies and there's a chance we can win, or we can do this. The game is just about winning and getting in power. And I agree with you. They're both in pocket. They're both liars. But the game is about winning the election. Unfortunately, the election right now isn't based on truth or facts, because when you bring up the facts, they look at you and they go like, no, it's not.
But this is exactly why we don't get anything, because, we'll just let them do whatever the hell they want to do. That's nobody else is doing it. It's the same reason. Hold on, hear me out. It is the same reason. No. Hold on. I got it.
No, I'm listening. I'm looking for something.
This is the same reason why we get our asses kicked, right? And yet, and still, some crazy white man goes into a couple of happy ending parlors, and then all of a sudden, there's a Stop Asian Hate bill. We get our asses kicked, and all of a sudden, people who said that marriage is between a man and a woman are all of a sudden passing laws for gay people. We get our asses kicked, and all of a sudden, people who are not here through a actual immigration process, who just decided to make a run for the border like a Taco Bell commercial on steroids, get policies and get food stamps and get put up in luxury hotels, while the people who are tax-paying, primarily black and then brown people who are American tax-paying citizens, can't get healthcare, can't get lower costs. I'm trying to understand how any of that makes sense, because we're talking about how they're running the election versus what we're not getting, and everybody else is lined up and saying, this is what we want. What are you going to do? We don't hold these politicians' feet to the fire. And that is exactly every single time for the past 62 years.
And listen, my agreements with you, I can't be in more agreement with you ever. I agree totally with what you're saying. I agree with the fact that I have been the person on this show that literally has come at the Democrats for an entire year and been told I can't, because if I do, that's when I'm helping Trump be elected.
That's not how that works.
I understand, but I got to get to these comments before. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We're
good.
Back.
My bad, y'all.
No, it's not you. It's me. The Sergeant Major says them Dems pulled the plug on
their problematic candidate.
Yet the GOP will die supporting the same flawed candidate with a laundry list of problems and mental and physical decline as well. Queen Born 9 says, oh, Major also says as a veteran, he's wrong. I can name a bunch the VA is doing. Mike is right. Privatizing government agencies is scam and inconvenient. Okay, Major, you are on a roll. GOP pushed them people to luxury hotels and escalated the border problem. I see what's going on in New York. I'm in New York all the time, and I don't agree with I don't agree with the checks that they're getting, but I also understand that there's a bigger picture that they're scamming. There's something they got planned.
Sure.
There's something, I don't know if they're going to make everybody citizens at some point.
Oh, of course they are. That's the whole thing. Like, and this is, for me, if I were to say the case against me, and I'm still undecided, to be very clear, I'm very undecided at this point. My case against Kamala has gotten a little bit stronger because Governor Walz gave 18,000 illegal immigrants driver's licenses, which means they can get the right to vote. There's a whole lot that can happen once you give somebody that type of power. Then the other part of that is, over the past 4 years, there's been an increase of illegal Chinese nationals between the ages of 18 and 28 who have come over here. That bothers me, especially when you got Chinese weather balloons flying over our shores, when you got nukes pointed at us off the coast of Miami. Like, I'm very, very concerned as to why these people are there. And then the other part of that is, if we have so much apathy and there's a whole lot of people waking up from the past 60 years sleep of what the Democrats aren't doing for us, what if they just say, you know what, fuck the Puerto Ricans, fuck the black people, let's just empower these immigrants and let them be the new voting class? That in and of itself is troubling. But I agree, something's happening and it ain't good, bro.
And this, when they talk about Walz giving driver's license, and this has been happening. This is what kills me. The reddest state maybe in the country is Texas.
Sure. And
this has been happening for years. They've been getting driver's license for years. This is what I mean about when you look one way and you go like, I can't believe y'all doing this and y'all doing that.
Is there a Texan on the presidential ticket that I missed?
No, what I'm saying is,
I'm only talking about who's on the ticket.
But what I'm saying is, we're in a situation
under the sun, Mike.
When we look over here and we say, I can't believe you're doing this. And then you look and you say, the people pointing, saying, I can't believe you're doing this, are the people who are doing this. And you go like, well, what the hell? The people who want the Mexicans out, who want, and the fact that every time we talk about deporting immigrants, we just talk about Mexicans, is so classic America. It's so classic America.
The Venezuelans, the Africans, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Russians,
the Ukrainians,
the Canadians, anybody who's here illegally. You know what's funny about Mexico, though? Mexico is deporting a bunch of Americans who are there illegally because they're destroying their economy. They're creating and causing inflation. They're doing the same thing there that is happening to us here. And Mexico said, nah, we ain't having it. We shutting it down. You gotta go. It's that simple. Like, if you're not here legally, you need to get the hell up out of here, especially when you're taking my tax dollars. That's not fair, bro.
And we'll end it on that because I didn't know it was 8:35 already. The shenanigans that get pulled off with this border thing. Nobody's ever controlled the border, ever. Nobody, no party.
You realize the numbers have increased over the past 3.5 years. You do know that. The numbers have increased.
But because we do know population has increased, correct?
So population has. So you're saying that the population just boomed to the point where people are just coming over here and growing.
I'm saying if more people
are saying that there's not border security. Because
it's very basic on this. There are more people being born, and there are more people who want to come to America, and that's just that. And no matter what administration it is, this border thing is always going to be their go-to, because just like racism, it's never going to be answered. Because
but there's something to be said for unprecedented numbers.
Because this is the problem with the policy. This is the problem with the political system. You don't want to answer to a problem because you know you can bring the problem up again the next election.
Oh, so you mean like if you're a sitting vice president and you can address inflation, you can address the border, you can address legal disparities, you can address the lack of funding for urban inner city schools, but you're saying, well, let me kick the can down to January?
Because what will happen is the next election, the same things you brought up, the other party will bring up. It's just a cycle. The same things you just brought up. Whoever becomes the president, the other party will then load up on what you just said. And you know what they'll do? they'll bring them issues up on what they didn't do about that. They'll recycle. They've recycled the border for 8 years now.
Okay.
They've recycled this for 8 years. School funding, they will recycle, because what they'll do is they'll go like, we don't want the. So let's say there's an answer to the question. Let's say Trump wins and he's got an answer to the question, but he doesn't have the House or the Senate or whatever.
Sure.
They'll make sure he can't fix it so that they can bring it up the next election. Okay. Similarly to what Trump did. Oh, my friends on the one side are in agreements with my friends on the other side for the border, and this could really affect changing the border. He goes, nah, you're not going to do that now. We're not going to fix that now because I need this problem to be a problem. They do it every 4 years. Governors do it. Mayors do it. They don't want to fix a problem. They want to improve the problem. The other party says, we don't want to help you fix the problem. No, because we need that problem to be a problem till the next time your chair is up. And it's a sick cycle. But this is what goes on forever. They don't want to fix racism. If they fix racism, how can they really stay to their core audience? They know this is going to be a throwaway. Yeah, we know we shit on black people, but we know they come when we need them. And we're going to act like we fix it, but it'll still be a problem. And both parties play the same stupid game. And I know I sound Debbie Downer. I don't believe in any of them.
It's not even that. It just sounds like all you're saying is everybody should just sit at home because nothing's going to change anyway. And nobody should hold any Democratic candidate to any standard because they're not going to do anything anyway.
No, any Democratic or Republican.
The bad guys because they're not going to do anything anyway. So if nobody's going to do anything anyway, then none of this matters. And if none of this matters, then all of it matters. And if all of it matters, what are we going to do?
Because we unfortunately, until there's somebody, and listen, they killed the bipartisan shit. The Republicans killed McCain. McCain was the last person, Senator McCain, rest in peace, was the last person who sat there and said, this ain't right. I'm not voting for this. I'm not voting. I'm not going to overturn Obamacare because you guys don't even have a plan to input. So, yes, we're at a loss. I'm not smart enough to have the answers to it. I don't know if anybody would live to see the day if they actually did what you're putting out. If that person could literally live to get to an election, who had those ideas. I mean, they made Bernie Sanders look like the craziest man in the world.
Well, that's because he was old and unhinged. But I just want to say one thing, and I'm gonna shut my Negro mouth, right? 1968, 86%. 1972, 87%. 1976, 83%. 1980, 83%. 1984, 91%. 1988, 89%. 1992, 83%. 1996, 84%. 2000, 90%. 2004, 88%. 2008, 95%. 2012, 93%. 2016, 89%. 2020, 92%. That is the percentage that black people have voted Democrat for the past 60 years and have gotten nothing different for it. If you don't tell people that your vote is up for grabs, there is no incentive for them to do anything differently. Okay. Insanity is doing the same thing the same way and expecting different results.
Okay, so what changed in that list when Republicans were in power? What changed for black people then?
Not a goddamn thing. You want to know why? Because the same apathy that has happened over the past 60 years is the same apathy that has happened when they're in there. You had LBJ tell Martin Luther King, yeah, I'm going to sign your nigga bill. Yes. But you have to hold me to it. Because they know that black people are going to just go with feelings. That's why we still believe the NAACP Image Awards is for us and the BET Awards is for us. We don't do any research. Hell, I can go back 4 years when you and I had a conversation and I said, listen, we gotta look at what the Build Back Better plan is. And you said, and I quote, and I dare you to pull the tape, said, well, how would anybody even know where that is? Then you go back 2 years and I said, this COVID shit's going to blow up in everybody's face. He said, I can understand why black people are apathetic, but no, I see why people's taking the jab. Bro, and everything I said came true. Fauci sat up there in front of Congress and said that this shit was jacked up. At some point, bro, like, I hate to be right, but I'm right. There's something intentionally wrong with the way we operate, and everybody knows it. And because they know it, they take full advantage of it.
I understand. It's both parties.
And I hate both parties. I fucking can't stand the GOP.
So this is
I would rather make people compete for my vote than have people just say I'm supposed to get it or I ain't black. But again, Joe Biden said that to Charlemagne, and none of y'all niggas did nothing.
Well, people did. There was an outrage about it, but
For
I get what
5 minutes,
I get what you're saying.
Black people.
But if Trump sits in, I mean, listen, this is what happened. Trump says something like, and he means it. Police should get immunity. He says it and he means it.
Logistically, how does that happen from a presidential perspective when police
that's funny. That's funny because when I say logistically, yeah. So when I say logistically, he can't deport 10 million people. You rolled your eyes.
No, I said because I'm looking at the numbers. Because the first thing that came to me was Brock could only do 3 million, and they were calling him a fascist.
So what I'm saying is he can't pull that off. But when Trump says he wants immunity for police and a president wants you to vote for him, black people ain't voting for him. Because we know the discrepancy that goes. Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, people of color ain't voting. You can't turn. And then when you bring it up, they go like, oh, you're going to bring up the immunity for police again. Yeah, because he means it. Because when he said he wanted to get Roe versus Wade out, he got it out. When he said he wanted to corrupt the Supreme Court, he didn't say that. But he did.
He didn't say that.
But he did. He corrupted the Supreme Court to the point that they're on the investigation.
And they should be. They're the only branch of government that's never been under investigation. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Nobody's above the law.
All right, we got to go. Thank you again, Dave. We're running super late. That's why Jay had to go. Appreciate you. Go to Business Bully at Business Bully on Instagram. He goes live a lot. So if you want to hear more of his views and opinions, you can't say they're not interesting. You can't say they're not interesting, and you can't say they don't want to make you want to watch.
And you can't say you didn't agree with me. I
did agree with you. I did. There are multiple times. I disagree with you, but I also have agreed. I wish people could have conversations where they could admit when they do agree with something.
Sure.
But at this point, we've turned debates into sports, and we watch it the way we watched the U.S. Olympic team against Serbia, and we decide by any means necessary to win instead of getting a solution. It's not sports. Nikki White Chocolate, have a great vacation. Be safe out there for 9 days. We can't wait for you to get back, but enjoy yourself. Miss Clark, you already know. Everybody out there, thank you for rocking with us every day. I guess we're gone. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. You fight for parking spots. You fight for likes and views. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, or any situation take it from you. From Michael Shawn, J Black, Sexy Mo, C Chungle, we never see. And to our guest, Business Bully, my man Dave Anderson, we are gone.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.